the world works.
Would you do me a favor?
So I just kind of make jokes.
Would you do me a favor? Would you do Art is Dead?
Yeah.
Because I think that song says everything that I think I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
Oh, he's a prop comic.
Art is dead, art is dead, art is dead, art is dead. Entertainers like to seem complicated, but we're not complicated. I can explain it pretty easily. Have you ever been to a birthday party for children? One of the children won't stop screaming, cause he's just a little attention attractor. When he grows up to be a comic or actor, he'll be rewarded for never maturing, for never understanding or learning. Every day can't be about him, there's other people. You selfish asshole. Must be psychotic, it must be demented to think that I'm worthy of all this attention, of all of this money you worked really hard for. I slept in late while you worked at the drugstore. My drug's attention, I am an addict, but I get paid to indulge in my habit. It's all an illusion. I'm wearing makeup, I'm wearing makeup, Art is dead, so people think you're funny. How do we get those people's money? Said art is dead. We're rolling in dough while Carlin rolls in his grave. The show has got a budget. The show has got a budget. All the poor people, way more deserving of the money, won't budget because we wanted our name and lights. When we could have fed a family of 4 for 40 fucking fortnights. 40 fucking fortnights. I'm an artist, please God forgive me. I am an artist, please don't revere me. I am an artist, please don't respect me. I am an artist, feel free to correct me. Self-centered artist, self-obsessed artist. I am an artist, I am an artist. But I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid. Maybe I'll grow out of it.
Thank you, man. I think that's kind of interesting from a comic his age.
I thought it was cute. It's very hard to watch someone that funny, that young, when you think of how unfunny you were at 20 years old.
All I did at 20 is worry about my hair, I think.
Yeah, that's a dead end.
As well, you guys, as you got more successful, did you feel like you got better, or did you get more insecure?
I'm out of this one, right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Pay attention. Okay. If I think of when I was the happiest, and I'm not complaining, I love what I'm doing and all that, but I think when I was doing stand-up, when I was going to the cellar and hanging out with you guys, and my twins were 2 years old, kind of was crazy, I think of that, and I was still kind of screwed up then, but I think I was the happiest then. But I'm happy now, too. I'm not saying I'm not happy now. I'm saying I love the show, I love what I'm doing, I love getting the game.
Don't leave thinking he's not fucking happy.
But there's another layer to this. I just have a little piece I pulled out of the documentary. You did a documentary with Tom Caltabiano.
During one of the hiatus on Raymond, we went on a stand-up tour, and he said, I'm going to film it. And it became this thing. Yeah, it was against my will almost.
It's called 95 Miles to Go. And there's some really, really interesting stuff in here that...
Put on the homeless guy with the good voice. You know, all this adulation.
Yes.
There's a part of me inside that thinks, and that doesn't buy it at all. Like there's something in me that thinks, any split second they could turn on me and say, oh, you're really a dick. Yeah, we don't like it. You know what I mean? They like the pros, the golf pros would be my friend.
Of course, because it's artificial anyway.
Right. Maybe, but I mean, even.
No, but it's.
I mean, I'm saying I don't even buy the artificial part. I don't even buy that they like me as a star because inside I know I'm not quite what they think I am. It's a weird feeling of even when they're cheering, there's a little part of you that still feels like you're an imposter.
Does that ever go away?
Not according to anybody I've talked to.
Yeah.
But did you think when your show ended that it was just such a monster success, one of the greatest shows ever in television, 9 years, it never got weaker, that it would fill your ego so you would feel great for 20 years and then it just didn't happen?
I believe that for a week. Like this is enough. All right, my father never hugged me, but this is fucking enough. You know? He hugged me once, my father, and I was about 20, and it felt very awkward. And I know now what made it awkward: the nudity.
My mom would tuck me in and say, "Fuck me, honey."
Did your father hug you and then in your ear say, "I don't want to live anymore"?
You know, I could never make out what he was saying, but it sounded like that.
I was at a bat mitzvah, my brother's kid's bat mitzvah. It was my job to buffer my father from the world. All right? And I go to pick him up, thinking we're going to my brother's house to see the kids. I say, "You ready to go?" He goes, "Where are we going?" I said, "Well, we're going to see Craig's kids." And he goes, "What for?" And I said, "Because they're your grandchildren." He goes, "You know, some people get something out of that. I didn't get anything out of that."
Well, is that consistent with how you grew up with him?
What, that he's a pathologically selfish, narcissistic, bipolar freak?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking me, or am I reading into it?
Oh, I'm asking you did you learn anything about you?
Yes.
What did you learn about you?
I learned that I never want to be that. That I have to fight the wiring.
Wow.
What?
I don't think it's going well.
No, we get along fine. He writes me emails in all caps.
I want to hear about your journey. I want to know if you've attained anything through your study of Buddhism.
I don't know if attained is the right word. So with the whole thing's a mess. I mean, you get closer to just being.
What exactly does that mean? So translate it into comedy, what it means.
Oh my God.
Translate it into comedy?
As a comic.
I will.
How do you...
I will. It's closest to where he's starting, which is I'm not really trying to be anything right now. I'm sitting down. This is what I do.
Do you think Bo's just healthy?
I think Bo's really healthy, yeah.
And he can be as funny as us, fucked up.
Are you damaged?
No, I always.
Come on, you gotta be.
No, I.
You wanna be?
I know. Well, the really fucked up part was, the little time I spent in clubs, I'd find myself jealous of the problems that other comics had, because I felt like I wasn't legitimate, because anything that I've achieved in light of nothing. Like, I've had people patting me on the back since day one. I think I get...
Oh, that's horrible.
I know.
That's true. There's a thing in Gary's DVD where he's talking to Jerry Seinfeld, and he was saying, "Gary, you know, it's not all about pain. You don't have to be in pain to be funny. Isn't it about talent? Can't you just be born with like a God-given gift and you're just a talented person and you can communicate and it's all about that?"
I said, I hear rage.
Well, I just think the absolute comedy comes from pain, I think kind of limits what comedy is, because I think comedy comes from love, it comes from like fear, it comes from hate.
You're gonna tell me you're not fucking angry?
Oh, no.
I mean, come on, I saw that song. I see how you look. I know what you went through.
No, total anger, but to say that it's...
You're angry at Justin Bieber, aren't you?
But I'm arrogant.
It comes from everything. It comes from everything is what you're saying.
But the anger there, I don't think that's damage that I need to fix. I'm just like stuck up enough to think that they're wrong.
We've just focused on anger here and all that stuff and the problems with the parents. But there will be other elements that include love and everything else you've mentioned, that as you sort those out, they will continue to be fodder for your next song.
Right.
That's all. It's whatever you sort out.
Yeah. Just that absolute comedy.
But someone who isn't sorting out that stuff within them.
Are we meeting here again next week?
Yes. It's helping me tremendously.
But all my journey is to be authentically who I am, not trying to be somebody else under all circumstances.
Have you found confusion?
Sure, there isn't. The whole world is confused because they're trying to be somebody else. To be your true self, it takes enormous work. Then we could start to look at the problems in the world. But instead, ego drives it. Ego drives the world. Ego drives the problems. So you have to work in an egoless way. This egolessness, which is the key to being authentic, is a battle. And it's a battle that has to be won before we're worried about the economy.
I think that for a comic, it's a dangerous battle.
So
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you think being a comic sort of like stunts our growth in that direction?
I would say that I struggle to not have that happen. That's my struggle.
Yeah, but why did the birds fall out of the sky?
First of all, I don't think really a lot of them are that good at flying. Secondly, you know, everybody takes it for granted. There's a bird. We're talking about how hard it is to be a comic, and we know they're all different. All of a sudden, 500 birds fell. How many guys haven't made it through the improv?
I'm assuming that I will get a little bit of an understanding of what your journey towards enlightenment has been like. I want to understand why.
This is not a safe environment to do it.
What would be a safe environment?
Well, you just keep asking me about it.
But I feel that you're very close to the vest about your experience, and I'm genuinely...
We need something in our society that says there's some importance to heart and authenticity, not just money, power, and how are we going to control the world.
I love you, Gary Shandling! Bo Burnham! Joe Apatow! Ray Romano! Gary Shandling! Mark Maron! Come on back, hang out at the green room.